can you speak of the depth you guys have in your squad?
Yeah, I think this was one of the first things that I said when I received the position, that days like this will come, and it's really important. And it's not only just our opportunity to bring in 4 new guys, it's what it brings to training. It's the mentality and the culture that it brings, that if you don't do your job, you don't do work, the guy sitting at the desk beside you is going to do more, and he's always fighting. He wants your promotion. So that competitiveness that we have at training is really evident, and you could see some of the guys that I hadn't played that were more fresh, I thought were fantastic, brought a lot of good energy, and even the guys who did play brought that. And that's, I don't quite know if I can explain the fatigue of going from here to Vancouver to back here to play and now leaving again. So I mean, all the credit goes to those guys that worked extremely hard on that field tonight.
I want to ask you just on a personal note, and of course as a coach as well, about your relationship with Farron and just how you're seeing him play, develop, and just what you've learned about him over the last couple of years.
I've known Nas for almost 10 years, and I think, what we're seeing is, I still, I don't want to put pressure on the young man. He's still not at his full abilities. Nas is a very special young man because he really has the heart of a lion. You could rely on him being consistent. He can take care of the ball, shoot, pass, defend. He's quite athletic, got quick steps. So, I'm just happy to see him succeed, but I know he has a lot more to give, and I think he's going to turn some eyes in this league, and hopefully I would love for him to be at Halifax forever with me, but I would not be surprised, and I hope he does leave soon and someone gives him a chance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. We'll go to Zoom. Mitchell, go ahead.
Hey, Patrice, you mentioned a number of players who started, or who maybe wouldn't usually, but Foompa getting his first start, I believe, of the season. What did you make of him, and kind of playing an important role in a left flank, doing a piece of containing Luke, and also obviously getting forward as well?
Yeah, I mean, Mitchell, again, I go back and some of my stuff is redundant. 15 new players, and we've been together for 3 months. Like, what these guys are doing is extraordinary in my opinion. And I'm not just saying that because I'm their coach, but we needed time to evolve, to have different ways of playing, different formations. And if you remember, Foompa played as a right back against Calgary and a right winger the game after that. So he's also learning, and we're also learning about the league. And it's probably me, Mitchell. I'm learning about Pacific when we played him. I'm learning about the different fields, and obviously you could see the trend that we do much better at home and grass, and on the different size turf is different. So I thought Foompa did a good job defending. I thought Foompa did a good job going forward. He really did as much as you can against the right back. And you know what? He almost got a goal. I feel like he cleared one off the line, but he almost got another goal off the cross. So I'm really proud of him. He's such a good young man, and he's been like the perfect pro. Never slacked off while he has not started, and it's our 14th game. So I'm really happy to see the win for him and the work he put in.
And in the opening moments and kind of throughout the match, especially towards the end where they're going down, you guys were able to really get in behind that back line. Was that something you're really trying to key in on? As that's such a solid back line, but maybe you could beat them at pace a little bit? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, we knew that they were going to travel as much as we have because they came from where we were. So, and we knew that our pace and going differently was going to bring those opportunities. But we also had a lot of guys playing in front of them. I thought Aiden Daniels and Mass dropping into those pockets, and Mass was playing in a different position tonight. I thought it really gave them different problems, so they had to constantly defend the ball and the man. And that's something we weren't doing maybe in the first 5 games, 6 games, but you have to fix the foundation before you add the different floors. So we needed to fix our possession football before we talk about penetration. So now we're starting to see it come together, but we're far from where we want to be. And I'm gutted we didn't get the clean sheet for Yan, but it's just going to make us hungrier for Saturday.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Mitchell.
Thanks, Mitchell. Finally, Josh. Go ahead, Josh.
Awesome. Hi, Patrice. Congratulations on the win. I'd love to talk about 2 players, both who made their return to the lineup. One was a little longer than the other, but Andre Rampersad came back after being away playing for his country, and then, of course, Morelli also came back after his absence. Can you just comment on their respective games and what it means to have.
Yeah, I thought, I was trying to make sure that I'm not being unfair to Rampy to throw him in an important game against, and I don't want to say the best team in the league, but first place team who's been great. Was maybe throwing him to the Wolves, but let's also be honest, he's our true captain. He's been here for years. He knows the league, and he was so kind and he welcomed this. It's no discredit to Mo because I think Mo's been great. But Mo's played heavy minutes, and that's what kind of brought extra freshness and steel for us in the middle of the park. So I was really happy to see that, and I thought Rampy really did a great job, keep the ball moving, found the splits, broke up plays. So that was great. And Joao, I when he cut into his left head that shot, I said no, it's gonna go in, and he got kind of unlucky. Maybe he says the ball skipped, but Joao is gonna be an important piece. But I'm not putting pressure on him. Rampy's been playing regularly, Joao hasn't. I think all of us in the province, the East Coast, and even the CPL need to understand that we're going to take our time and progress him. We need him at his best in September and not now. Of course, your emotions say get him in, he's going to get you the goals. But I think what we've done is, knock on wood, we've had less injuries than we've ever had because we've put the players first and talked about their health and what we need to do in order for them to have a longer duration.
Perfect. So is that sort of the strategy we can kind of expect going forward? I know you've touched on this previously, but kind of ease him in and come in on as a bit of a super sub in the 75th, 80th minute.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's one day at a time too, Josh. Maybe Joao, he's chomping in the bits. I feel like he's the guy sitting beside me, although he's not, just looking at me, waiting for me to say, let's get going, because he's doing a lot of work to get himself going. But we were being mindful. So I would say sooner than later we're going to see him involved in a bigger role, but we got to get through Saturday and it kind of eases off. We're back to one game a week. This stretch of going to Vancouver, coming back here, and going to Calgary is challenging, but life has its challenges, and it's important for us to learn to go through these things, have perseverance, commitment. So we'll see the week through, and I'm excited about it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Josh.